12 albino animals hardly ever been seen. Albinism affects 1 in every 20,000 persons at birth. You know, the condition in which the body produces insufficient melanin, leaving the skin, hair, and eyes essentially colorless. Even while it's not all that common in people, it's even less common in animals. But they are real. You're in for a treat if you've never seen an albino dolphin, squirrel, or crow. At any given period in this century, you are likely to run upon someone who has albinism. The likelihood of running into an albino animal, though, is even rarer. Hello guys, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will see the 12 albino animals hardly ever been seen. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss out on such interesting content. Ladybug. It's most likely a 15-spotted lady beetle or an ashy gray lady beetle if you ever come across an albino ladybug. They do really have names. With time, they might also grow darker. Even common ladybugs are said to be lucky, and the albino ones are said to be very lucky. Giraffe. In 2017, when images of 2 albino giraffes from Kenya went viral, the entire globe turned mushy and gushy. It was a mother holding her infant, and there were little dots on their skin. Because albino giraffes are so uncommon and distinctive, every image taken of one instantly goes viral. Cockroach. Nobody likes cockroaches, so not everyone does, and most people will do anything to get rid of them from their home. Maybe an albino cockroach would treat you better. They change into this when they molt and, as a result of a chemical reaction, lose their pigmentation. No, I would spray those as well. Gourami. Albino fish are also possible in addition to albino animals, birds, and insects. The albino gourami is here. They don't have any melanin pigments either, which makes them appear as white as snow, which is difficult because snow usually melts in an aquarium. If you ever decide to keep one as a pet, be in mind that harsh aquarium lighting will significantly impair the animal's vision. Vervet monkey. Vervet monkeys are a particular species of little monkeys that have weathered gray hair all over the rest of their bodies, a black face, and a white band across their forehead. Black covers the tail tip, feet, hands, face, and hands. They can only be found in Africa, especially in the nations of the continents East and South. Tourists can enjoy seeing an albino vervet monkey in South Africa's Timbavati Game Reserve. This one has been accepted by his fellow vervet monkeys, in contrast to albinos and other animal regions where they are viewed as misfits and uncaring, and they can be seen playing quite often together. His hair is all white, with a white pinkish face. The ears together with the fingers and the toes are also pink in color. Wouldn't you want to pet him? Albino stag. In the world, there are more than 60 different types of deer. Deer can be found all over the world. In actuality, they are found on every continent. One exception is Antarctica. Deer can either be male, female, or stag. In case you are wondering, a stag is just a larger male deer. Antlers are present in the majority of species. Additionally, the fastest growing living tissue on the earth is found in their antlers. This is because their antlers occasionally grow a fur-like covering with nerve endings and blood vessels. The antlers slow off and regrow. How awesome is that? Male antlers can lengthen to an incredible 125 centimeters. Stags come mostly in shades of brown. Sometimes they can have a little white, while other times they can be completely white. White stags are very common due to leucism. Leucism results in loss of natural hair and skin color, but they can also be white due to albinism. Before you can declare that a stag is albino, take a good look at their eyes. Albino stags have pink eyes. Those with dark eyes are just white stags. There are lots of myths surrounding white stags. Regardless of whether they are albinos or not, white stags are said to be a sign of purity or a possibility of great change ahead. Killing a white stag is said to cause bad luck. Snail. While jogging out in the park or even hiking out in the woods, it's normal for one to come across snails. The normal snails we might come across have multicolored shells, with their bodies either dark brown or gray in color. However, hikers in New Zealand were perplexed when they stumbled upon an albino Powell elephanta snail. Powell elephanta snails are the giants of the snail world and are among the most endangered invertebrates. This albino snail had the characteristic golden brown spiraled shell as expected, but its body was glowing white rather than the normal deep black or gray color. Just look at how stunning it is. If you can't be in awe of Mother Nature, there is something wrong with you. Zebra. We're all familiar with seeing zebras with black and white stripes. However, visitors doing a safari tour in Kenya's Masai Mara Game Reserve saw something truly magnificent. One zebra appeared to stick out among the group of low-grazing animals. The albino zebra featured a thin stripe pattern, with the majority of the stripes being obscured by the animal's half-brown, partially white coloring. Just take a look at the zebra. It's both imperfect and perfect. In the same game reserve, a zebra with polka dots had also been seen. Lobster. In general, it is thought that humankind knows more about Mars and the Moon's surface than it does about the oceans. Do you agree? In December 2019, a fisherman off the coast of Yorkshire was astounded when his fishing net captured a white lobster that was 1 in a million. The fisherman chose to gift this crustacean to the National Trust after realizing its rarity. Despite the several mouthwatering offers he was receiving for the albino lobster, this continued. Mike Billings, a fisherman from Maine, caught another albino lobster in August 2018. Locals in the region refer to them as ghost lobster and think that catching one is lucky. The albino lobster appeared translucent, and one could clearly see its internal parts. Mike then went ahead and threw back the lobster into the ocean. How thoughtful of him. Asanera Donkey. These horses that have been domesticated are employed as laborers. Donkeys, sometimes called beasts of burden, typically have coats that are either gray, brown, or black, or even a broken shade of black and white or brown and white. The breed of feral Asanera donkeys lives on the Italian island of Asanera, often known as the Donkey Island. The Asanera donkeys have a pristine white coat and are nearly all albinistic. Along the shore, you can find these tiny albino donkeys eating. It sounds like the ultimate vacation spot. Watching them eat on the grass while shining in the sun in their white coats is like watching tufts of cotton wool. They truly blend in with the island's landscape, and one can only admire these tiny snowflakes of cuteness. Raccoon. If cuteness could be quantified, these albino raccoons would win by a significant margin. A raccoon family broke into a Toronto residence on May 20, 2011. A wildlife control officer was then called, and when he arrived, all he could see was a group of adorable, lovely raccoons. 4 baby raccoons were born in the litter. 3 of them were albinos and 1 was not. This was an unusual discovery. It was even more unusual for the 3 of them to be born in the same litter, because only 1 in 500,000 raccoons are born with albinism. Just take a look at their shining white hair, blue eyes, pink noses, and claws, which display lethal amounts of cuteness. Wouldn't you want a pet or even keep one? Porcupine. According to the Associated Press, there is a 1 in 10,000 chance of encountering an albino porcupine. An albino's ability to appear fuzzy and white is one of its most astonishing traits. You might rapidly overlook the 30,000 spines on its coat because it resembles a rabbit more. That is a whopping 30,000 reasons why you must stay far away from it. No matter how cute it may seem, you wouldn't want to offend these wood lovers, I assure you. The crew of the Seashore Trolley Museum in Maine were given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in July 2019 when they came upon this unusual animal. With the help of their Facebook fans, they were able to identify it as a rare albino porcupine despite initially being dubious of what it actually was. The name of the porcupine was Marshmallow. I have to admit that this moniker is quite appropriate. So these were the 12 albino animals hardly ever been seen. And with this, we come to the end of our video. Which of these animals do you think was the most beautiful and white? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you found this video informative, do give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon. Thanks for watching.